Good. Good afternoon. This is going to be an overview of the instructions for assembly of the horse jockey design by the installer. We've got basically 4 packets of information. The first packet that you'll actually be looking at will be the 4th packet, and that's going to have the assembly instructions in it for this particular project. Also attached to this are miscellaneous photos of the layout, the full layout, and the layout broken into 4 sections. But these are additional photos in case you need them for reference points. These 3 packets of information are the key 3 packets. The first packet, which will be referred to in these instructions, contains a photo of each section that has been packaged on each layer of the 2 pallets for this project. Pallet A, layer 1, is the first section that's going to be installed. You can see this as it's laid out here. Pallet A, layer 2, that's how it's laid out on the pallet. That's what it looks like after it's been installed with layer A1. It proceeds in this fashion in succession for each of the layers in pallet A, of which there are 7 layers, and each of the layers in pallet B, of which there are 7 layers. Pallet B, layer 1, pallet B, layer 2, pallet B, layer 3, so on and so forth, until you get to the last layer on pallet B, which is layer 7, and your job's completed. We've got a couple of other reference packets here, which may be helpful if you need them. The second packet actually labels the horses by number, and it shows, as it's been installed, what the sections are broken out as. The lines, you've got the breakout lines for each of these sections, and they're labeled just as they're labeled here. That's pallet A, layer 1, pallet A, layer 2, A3, A4, so on and so forth. This is horse number 4. This is horse number 3. Horse number 3. Horse number 2. And the last horse that gets installed is horse number 1. We felt it was necessary to put this packet together because it basically gives you a general overview of how this looks after you install it. The third packet of information is a backup. You may not need this packet at all, but third packet shows the assembly of each of the horses. Horse number 4, as is pictured here. Horse number 3, which is pictured here, and so on and so forth as you get down to horse number 2 and horse number 1. Now, what you're looking at is basically what I refer to as a legend. Each of these horses has every piece that's inside of that horse. You can see through this line drawing. Each of those sections will have a letter in it. That letter will correspond to the color as designated over in this color legend to the right. So if for whatever reason, let's say there's a chipped, cracked, or broken paver, you can refer to this legend, tell us which number is on the paver piece, because each paver piece has a number on it, and tell us the color, and tell us what the horse number is, and we can get you a replacement piece if necessary. Now, again, everything that I'm going over in this video is available and written out in very clear detail in the instructions in the 4th packet. All of these packets will be included in one envelope, which will be sealed and waterproofed, and it will be on top of pallet A. when you receive it. In addition to that, if for whatever reason any of these packets or any of the pages in these packets get destroyed for whatever reason, lost, whatever, we have a backup on our computer here at Paverart. All you need to do is call. We can put together that same set of instructions for you very quickly. Thank you very much. Good luck with your installation. And